We start tonight with an odd development in high school football at Cleburne County. Head coach Michael Short confirmed to TV24 tonight this afternoon's practice was canceled due to a high number of players out with illness. It started around 2 weeks ago with the flu and other illnesses, and the numbers continue to grow. He says he's not encountered this in his 2 decades of coaching.
The first case of the flu was about 3 weeks ago. And we did every precaution that we've always done before to make sure that it didn't spread, but undoubtedly it didn't work. This past weekend, it got worse, and the next thing you know, we're losing 5 or 6 this past Sunday, and then I lose 7 or 8 more on Monday and 7 or 8 more today or Tuesday, and then today when I got to school, I had 6 leave school sick, and a lot of them have tested positive for the flu or strep throat. We also have some bronchitis and a lot of allergy type things. So, you know, we've got some of those kids out. We've got 4 or 5 linemen that have been out since Monday with the flu. And it was, you know, it's going to be difficult for them to come back without any practice and try to play a game.
Now, the Tigers are set to face Alexandria in a non-region contest on Friday, but with nearly 30 players out of practice this week, the status of the game is now uncertain.
My most important decision for me is the safety of my kids and the safety of Alexandria's kids. I don't want them to come up here and maybe some of their kids catch the flu and it ruin their season. So me and Coach Tucker have talked, and he's aware of what's going on, and we'll get together and make a decision. If I can get enough kids to come back and we can make it a competitive game by having just enough people to play, then we'll play. But if we don't, and I think that it's going to put some of our kids in jeopardy by not practicing all week, then I'm not going to put our kids, you know, in an unsafe situation by playing them.
Short now says also that the game will be a decision be made either tomorrow or by Friday morning. We talked about the rankings earlier. Alexandria, one of those teams in the rankings, one of 9 local teams in the new statewide polls. Undefeated Oxford remains 3rd in Class 6A. Alexandria dropped 5 spots from 3rd to 8th in 5A after falling to Etowah. The Blue Devils are also 4-1 on the year. They slide into the top 10 at number 10. In Class 4A, Hoax Bluff moves up 1 spot to number 9. The same 4 teams from Class 3A Region 5 are in the polls, but in a slightly different order. Piedmont remains number 2. Randolph County up 2 spots to 5 after beating Glencoe. Ohatchee, meanwhile, also climbs 2 spots after knocking off Weaver. Weaver dropping from 5th to 9th after Friday night's contest. An unbeaten Wadley enters the poll for the first time this year at number 10. We'll feature these games and several others coming up on the Pigskin Roundup this Friday night. It's week 5. As we talked about in the Cleburne County story, it is the non-region portion of the schedule. We'll have area highlights from our game of the week at Leeds as Piedmont heads over to face the number 1 Green Wave. Montford, Gadsden City, Anniston, Glencoe, Spring Garden for sure games. We'll see if Cleburne County will be also one of our stops. If they do play that game, we will be there. White Plains head coach Chris White will join us in studio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for all of the high school football information.